Hello friends, and welcome back to my homestead. I just want to give you a quick update of what's going on the homestead, what new additions we have, and what's going on with our broiler chicks and how they're doing. The broilers are now about 6 weeks old and they live outside. We have this beautiful secured location for them with the roof to protect them from the elements and to protect them from the predators. And it's a wire all the way around that goes all the way into the ground as a skirt all the way around. So in case a predator will choose to dig, it will not be able to get to them. They're getting nice and plumpy and they eat a lot. They consume about 50-pound bag in 2 days and they drink 12 gallons a day of water. So they're keeping me busy, but in a couple of weeks they will be ready for harvesting. I also add a little bit of these little rocks. Poultry grit is just a crushed granite that I add for the chickens because they need it in order to digest their food, and I just follow the directions in the back of the bag. But yes, I sprinkle a little bit with each feed. As far as the floor, we use leaves from foliage that you collect. So we live in the woods, we have plenty of woods, and we just collect them, bring them in bags, and we put them on the floor so they're nice and dry. All right, so the goats are doing great. They love to graze on a fresh grass. They wait for it every day. And as far as the additions, we only had 2 baby goats this year. Very small addition. I'm very surprised. That goat usually has anywhere between twins to quadruplets. She only had 1 baby, but he's gigantic, beautiful little boy. And we also have cute little girl over there, little Pinto. She's cute, and they're always together, little friends. So she's also a perfect little girl, very healthy, very beautiful. If you guys remember my issue with the baby mama only feeding from, pushing each other. Girls, what you doing? If you guys remember my baby mama who only fed from one side, she's still feeding only from one side, and I'm milking her about once a day, every day, just to relieve pressure on that side. And she gives me about a cup and a half every day from that side. So, and it's still enough, plenty for the baby, because baby's only nursing from one side. And here's a new addition. We had different names for these 2 little girls, but watching their behavior, we've decided to name them Dirt and Digger. All they're doing all day long is digging, 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 non-stop. They're beautiful little healthy piglets. They're about 9 weeks old, and they're a new addition to our homestead. Look at them, 2 little girls, so precious. They love to dig for worms or whatnot. So they are in a secure section. Everything is fenced off, and they have a dry shelter we have for them as well, that we can close them up for the night to keep them secure at nighttime. We have fresh food and water for them every day, but they prefer to dig all the time. That's all they're doing from early morning to late at night. They're only digging. So cute. And then they sleep side by side like 2 little sausages. And here are my egg layers, and they're producing plenty of eggs, close to a dozen a day sometimes. But I can no longer allow them to free range because they will get into my garden that already been planted and sowed and seeded, and they're gonna dig through everything. So I can no longer allow them outside. However, I have a plan B for them, and this is plan B. It's a portable pen that can be moved on wheels to a new spot every day, and it's completely enclosed with the roof to protect them from the elements, and it's completely enclosed all the way around, so they are protected from from hawks and from the rain, that sort of thing. But they still have access to the ground where they can eat grass, worms, pebbles, whatever they need. And I even have a nesting box inside. So in case a chicken wants to jump in and lay an egg, she will have that opportunity. The bees are doing great. I added a few more extra frames for them, and the queens are laying nicely. I just checked on them yesterday. They're laying beautifully. They fly in and fly out like a little highway. And when they return, they often return with little pockets full of pollen attached to them. It's so amazing to watch that. They are definitely ready to go outside. Some of them I planted here in a greenhouse, and they're already ready to be for blossoming. Look at that. See that? There's a little flower here, ready to blossom. But then all of my pots are really ready to go. They're getting kind of tall and lengthy. Some of them even blossoming already. Why? Because they need to go out. But unfortunately, some of our nights still dip down to 40s. It happened just yesterday, went down to 46. And that can be a little too cold, especially for these guys. These are my eggplants, and it might be too cold for them. The eggplants and the peppers. It will be too cold for them to go out just yet. So I have to be careful, and I have to make a decision, should I put them out or not. Also decided to do a little bit experimental planting here in pots. These are my zucchinis, gigantic zucchinis, and some cucumbers. I'm going to be putting them against the wall with some string, allowing them to climb up. And I'm gonna have them stay here in the greenhouse, and hopefully they will produce early harvest for me. And a quick update on my cabbage. So I have posted a video last week about a problem I had with ants. Ants were eating my cucumbers and they were eating my cabbage. Well, after careful examination, I have gotten rid of a lot of unwanted pests such as ants. However, I had some nocturnal that were eating my cabbage. So it has jagged edges, they've been eaten. Okay, buddy, can you go over there somewhere? So they've been eating leaves, leaving a lot of holes, and just eating everything. So one night around 1 o'clock in the morning, buddy, around 1 o'clock in the morning, I got up and I discovered a very unpleasant picture where my cabbage was being devoured by pinch bugs. And there were so many of them. So I've decided to take the matter into my own hands. And what I did was I have sprinkled some eggshells around. These are eggshells. Buddy, you're not helping. Sweetie, go. I have some eggshells that I was sprinkling. And this white matter is actually diatomaceous earth that I have sprinkled all over the row as well. And then I did this. And I already emptied one. This is, I made it just for tonight. And this is soy sauce with oil. And apparently the soy sauce will attract pinch bugs and they will drown in oil. That was recommended by one of the almanac magazines that I read. So friends, this is the update to our homestead. This is what we're doing every single morning: milking the goat, feeding everybody, getting everybody fresh water. It's exciting time on the homestead, I have to say, exciting time. Plus we're super busy in the garden, planting everything, sowing seeds in the ground. No dull moment here. So friends, I hope you follow me along on a homesteading journey. Subscribe if you have not done so. Leave a comment. Post your questions if you have any questions. And be encouraged. Try something new.